Step inside to discover a realm of modern elegance. Today we're checking out a brand new construction home in Ocala, Florida with no HOA and no CDD for an amazing price. Let's take a look. My name is Jodenny Ogando. I'm a Florida Realtor and a mortgage broker account executive. On this channel, we explore all things real estate, whether it's new construction, resale homes, investment properties, rentals. So if you're looking to buy or sell a property anywhere in Florida, consider me your guy, and I would love to help you in that process. This channel is dedicated to all things real estate. You're gonna see property tours, you're gonna see helpful tips on buying a house. And if you also want to check out some mortgage content as well, just visit my website, www.jodenny.com, and you can see my other channels there as well, where I have one dedicated to mortgages as well. Today, we're in Ocala, Florida, checking out a property priced right around $275,000, brand new construction, just under 1,400 square feet, 3 bedrooms, 2 bathrooms, no HOA and no CDD. So the front of the house faces southeast, in case that's important, which direction the house faces. I know certain clients, want to know that direction before they're buying a house. We're about an hour and a half away from, or 2 hours, depending on traffic, from Orlando. You got the Orlando International Airport. You have, Disney, all the amusement parks and everything, about an hour and a half away towards Orlando. And this actual piece of land that we're sitting on is 0.23, so you're pretty close to a 1/4 acre of land. This is gonna be ideal for that person who wants that privacy. They want a nice piece of land. They don't wanna be in an HOA, and they definitely don't wanna be in a CDD. So if that sounds like you, this might be the right property for you. What's also cool about this property is that they have this nice size patio right in the front. So you're able to put like some awesome outdoor furniture right out here. Maybe you can try to get like a swing situated here or a hammock or something, and you can enjoy, this beautiful Florida weather right from the front of your house. So I tour a lot of these homes, and even at this price point, you really don't find them, with this type of square footage, like close to 1,400. You probably see them in the 1,000 square foot range or smaller than that. So this is a great size property with a great size lot for a great price. Buying a home is hard, and doing it on your own is gonna make it pretty difficult. So you gotta contact someone like me or someone that you trust, a realtor somewhere in Florida, because what's happening is when you're going online and you're trying to find those properties, and they're on Zillow and Realtor.com, sometimes those websites aren't fully up to date. And sometimes you're not even gonna see the inventory that some builders have that might be coming back on the market, or might be coming soon, or being built pretty soon, and they're sending it exclusively to realtors. So what happens is, when you're on your own looking for a property, and you're on like Google, let's say, for example, and you type in homes for sale in Ocala, what you're gonna see is all these sponsored ads with the builders with the big budgets just putting their properties right in front of you. And you have to scroll down a little bit before you actually see like what's not being sponsored or paid for. So you're gonna be exposed to the people with the highest marketing dollars first, whereas if you just, talk to a realtor directly, we could actually give you our experience with each builder and tell you all the different incentives that they have, the different warranties and everything. Because I don't work exclusively for any of the builders, so I can actually help you with all the new construction in the area, as well as resale homes as well. This floor plan is pretty awesome because you have everything pretty situated right in the center, and you have some high ceilings as well. So you have this nice sized kitchen island here, and then you're gonna have your dining room right over here, and then you have the living room right over here. So you have a pretty open floor plan for everybody to enjoy. When you walk into the house, right over here at the entrance, you're gonna have your garage, 2-car garage right there, and this is gonna be your living room. So you can pretty much put some furniture maybe over there, but then the door is right there, so maybe push it over a little bit, or maybe put the furniture over here, and then you have 2 big walls for your TV, whichever wall you decide you wanna put it on. And then right off the living room is gonna be your kitchen. You have this massive island. You have a huge sink right over here. You have some upgraded countertops, some nice cabinets. Everything in here is brand new. One of my favorite things about this floor plan is that 2 of the bedrooms are on one side of the property, and then you have a bathroom here, and then the primary is gonna be on the other side of the property. So you have that maximum, privacy on the other side of the house, whereas everyone else will be on this side of the house. And you have your laundry room as well inside the house. I've seen some properties where the laundry room is like at the garage or outside of the house. This one is right inside your property, so you can do your laundry right in here. When you're buying a house, you have to factor in a few things as far as the budget goes. And sometimes when you're talking to specific lenders, when they're doing this thing, when they're pre-approving you, they're trying to figure out what's the max you're gonna qualify for, and sometimes they wanna push you to that max, whereas I'm the opposite. I'll first figure out, okay, what's the max, and then I'll say, what are you actually comfortable paying? And then we'll reverse engineer that number to try to figure out how we could find homes in your price point or close to your price point, instead of trying to push you to the max, and then you have to be house poor and you can't really go on vacation and buy nice things. When you're buying a house, you have to factor in down payment and closing costs. Now, there's a variety of products out there. You have 100% down, 100% financing deals where like VA, and then you have USDA, then you have all sorts of down payment assistance programs, which I have access to a few as well. In July, Florida Hometown Heroes is back, where you can get up to $35,000 towards your first time home purchase, as long as you work for like a local Florida employer or a brick and mortar employer. But anyways, when you're buying a house, you have to factor in your down payment and your closing costs. So let's just go with a traditional, let's say FHA purchase. Let's say you're putting 3.5% down. Well, you also have to factor in your closing costs. Now, when you're buying a house, there's inspections, transaction fees, appraisals, loan origination fees, doc stamps, titles, lien search, all sorts of fees. So a good rule of thumb is just to estimate anywhere between 4 to 5%. It could be less, it could be more, depending on where you're buying. So if we were to take that 4% number and a 3.5% number, we'd be around 7.5%. So at $275,000, 7.5%, you'd be close to $21,000. Now, the interesting thing is that most builders, depending on what type of incentives they have, they might be able to help you with some of that. So I just had one recently where they were giving $10,000 towards closing costs. And then I had another one that was giving up to $18,000 in closing costs. So if this developer, builder, or seller were motivated enough to give you some closing costs, you could probably come out of pocket just your down payment. Now, depending how much you put down, the current rates are pretty high. We're floating between the 6 and the 7s, but with some of the concessions and closing costs that the builder or the seller can give you, you might be able to use some of that money to buy the interest rate down. I just closed on a property at 4.875%, 30-year fixed, where the current rate was like at 6 or 7%. So don't be scared about what you're hearing on the news, the TV, and all over social media about the interest rates being sky high. There's actually deals out there that we could still find you. So that pretty much wraps up this home tour. I hope you liked it. Drop a comment. Let me know where you're watching from. Also, like the video, subscribe to this channel, share it with friends or family. If you're looking to buy a home, my contact information should have been somewhere on the screen multiple times. It might even be on the screen now. or down in the description as well. One of the easiest ways to get in contact with me is send me a text or go on my website and schedule a time. I have a calendar link in there where you could basically just pick a time that's good for you, and then I'll get a notification, and then we'll book it that way, and we'll have a conversation. We can get on a Zoom call, we can meet in person if you're like in town. But if you're like in another state, we have to do like a Zoom call or just a phone call. We can kind of like talk about the goals that you have, what you're looking to do, your timeline, location, price, and everything. And I would love to help you out. Thanks for watching the video, and I will see you on the next one.